This is going to be a quick comparison between the Vankyo Leisure 410 projector and their Performance V600 model. Obviously the 410 is significantly smaller than the Performance version. The Leisure 410 has a 1/4-inch screw hole for a tripod mount, whereas the Performance V600 only has the M4 screw holes. They do include 4 screws, but you have to buy a ceiling mount bracket or some type of bracket if you want to put this on a mount or a tripod. They both come with lens covers. I like the rubber one on the Leisure version a little better than the hard plastic on the Performance one. They both sort of stay on. They both come with little screw-out kickstands for adjusting on a table. They both are universal power supplies, 100 to 240 AC. This guy has a 2-prong plug. This guy over here has a standard computer adapter NEMA type 3-prong grounded plug. The one annoyance I have with the Performance 600 projector is that to get the provided lens cap back on, you have to defocus the lens and pull it all the way back in so this lens cap will snap into that area. The one annoyance I have with the Leisure 410 is that this provided kick screw that allows you to point it upwards will not deploy all the way into the case. So on this guy here, it sits flush in there and you can store it in the case when you're not using it. This guy here, that's about as far down as it goes. So if you want to put this back away in its case, you have to take off the kickstand screw and then store it there so you can keep this guy in the case flat. The Leisure 410 requires about 45 to 50 watts of power, and when turned off it has a parasitic load of under a watt. The Performance V600 requires about 140 watts in operation, and its parasitic load is right about 1 watt when turned off. On the Leisure 410, the focus adjustment is up here, and it does have keystone adjustment. There's a little knob back here that allows you to do about 15 degrees of keystone back and forth. With the Performance 600, the focus knob is up here and the keystone is down here. And it also has about 15 degrees of optical keystone correction. It can also do keystone correction digitally if you're willing to give up some of the extra resolution. Now, comparing both projectors on the same wall in a room with indirect outdoor lighting, you can see that the extra 100 watts from this guy is definitely giving a brighter image quality. The size of the projection, the throw distance here is just about exactly the same. The size of the projection from the Leisure model is a little bit larger, but this guy is relatively similar in size. Now obviously the Performance model costs a lot more. It's a true 1080p native resolution, whereas this Leisure model over here claims to be a 720p native resolution. The easiest way to see this resolution difference is to watch the boot up screen and look at the text. So there's the text from the Leisure model, and it's readable, but it's just a little blurry. Now here's the Performance model. You'll notice it's brighter, but it's also much easier to read, so you can see that resolution upgrade with the extra cost. And of course, you get a much brighter image with the extra cost. The Leisure model has a single HDMI input, an audio-visual input, a headphone or audio out, a coax input from a TV, VGA, a USB port, as well as a SD card reader. The Performance model has all of these same items. The only real difference is that they do not have the coaxial in for the TV, and they add a second HDMI port. They also have 2 USB ports. One just provides 5-volt power, and the other one is for plugging data into, so it will read movies off of a USB drive or an SD card. So if you're looking for an inexpensive, easy portable projector that will work for showing videos, this guy's good. This guy here is bigger, it costs more, but it obviously has a much better resolution and brightness. So it also takes 150 watts, whereas that guy's only 50 watts. This guy is also easy to tripod mount. This guy here is going to need adapters to mount on a tripod or a tripod with a tray. Alright, so that's the end of my overview of the Leisure 410 versus the Performance 600 projectors. Hope you found it useful.